Alright everyone, we've made it. They said we couldn't do it. They told us not to do it. But we did it anyway. We have found the Flintstones house. Oh wait. This definitely does not say the Flintstones. Waldale cubed, made in 2018. When you look at the tree, you're looking at the outside, knowing the inside. Which I suppose is fair enough to some regard. Sean makes a good point, stating, although we strive to see what's inside behind our field of vision, taking away one piece would just be the same as like peeling an onion. I'll mention more later after we take a closer look. Well, as the name suggests, it appears to be a selection of rocks stacked one upon none another. Now, I don't really do much regarding stones, so I have no idea what to make of this one, apart from some obvious markings of where stones have been cut or chiseled. Did you learn anything looking at the memogram?
The outside in, inside, outside, or something.
Yep, that's probably that's the main message I got.
Looks like it's living down there.
Yeah, that's very much possible at this point.
Yeah. How long it's been here?
Wait,
know.
perhaps the idea is that we're looking at stone that used to be on the inside underneath the earth, or wherever the stones are coming from, and based. I see you having fun over there. More from history. By default, seen as better recognised for still being one of the most international abstract painters, the addition in sculpture art was something he only returned to in recent years, and the last time he did 3D art was back when he was still in Harvard University, 1970. Learning more into it, Sean mentions how the art piece was made the same way for each block, and just like the ancient walls in his home country Ireland. So really what's impressive is how tall it is, and the inside can be read without ever seeing it. Self-theory. If you take a chunk out of like an old medieval castle, it seems there's a connection saying that you could be able to see everything the same, including the inner structure in this case. Maybe this justifies for leaving the beauty of something as it is, even if aged or not what some would say perfect. Although this art piece is incredibly confusing, one thing is for certain though, is though is I'm definitely gonna need to scrub my shoes when I get home. Ugh. All my parents talk about manure now, it's inside my head. Next on the blog, we have Standard Kitchen by Joao Fasca Pavo. Joao's art reflects on urban environments by creating something that to future generations would be considered an archaeological discovery. To be more specific, Joao collabed with artisans from East Ballet to help with the process of carving Standard Kitchen from the basalt rock Batu Candi lava stone. Really? That's a type of stone? The finished piece is a life-size model of a typical 21st century kitchen. Joao wanted to create this to consider and explore the daily rituals plus occasions that are part of all our lives. Within the open space of our area, Joao's work mimics an ancient piece of lost history waiting to be rediscovered from our future generations, just like how we learn about our ancestors' past lives from their archaeological sites. Self-theory. This might also be another topic of question with what future researchers would learn from our time with this. Alright then audience, this one's a very interesting one I've discovered. So this one is made by Sophia Ryder. Now at first glance, it seems like a very ordinary sculpture, doesn't it? Well, apart from the obvious to begin with, but actually now I'm overthinking it. Yeah, quite amazing. Turns out for whatever purpose given, it's a bit more split apart than originally realised. Sophie Ryder creates her art from the way I understand it by combining human-based features along with that of the animals that she chose. A lot of it is around meta, a way that I shall bring up on the screen. For instance, animals like rabbits, and uses the animals that she chooses to combine them with humans and their characteristics, attributes as a way of interest and understanding as to what the purpose is, and which she describes. One of the common ones involves the body sculptured upon herself, with the rabbit head, as you can see, to represent the thoughts and feelings, or the message, if I'm wrong, of revolving motherhood. The inside appears to be split in half with only a little bit to support each end. Now the entire thing, from how I understand it, is also made of copper, but instead of it being smooth plates, it appears she chose a very stringy, ironically hairy form. Like what strings of copper and stuff, which just makes sense for the nature of the animal of the animals that have been spliced together to create this art piece.
Was commissioned to do this in this flat that was due to be demolished. So they sealed it up and pumped 75,000 litres of copper sulphate in. Yeah, be careful here. They pumped 75,000 litres of copper sulphate into it. They left it. They pumped it in a very high temperature. I'm not quite sure what temperature actually, but they left it to cool down. When it got to about 30 degrees centigrade, pumped it out, and this is what was left.
They even did the bathtub. There's a bathtub in there.
Bathtub,
And
is
the
it?
light fit in here, look.
Was there a reason why the person did this?
Well, he'd been experimenting with copper coins, putting them into copper sulphate,
Yeah.
and creating crystals. And then somebody commissioned. He wondered what it'd be like if you filled something full. If you filled an area full of the copper sulphate, what would happen? And he was commissioned to do it. And this happened. I don't think it was originally meant to be an exhibit, but everybody wanted to come and see it when it was in London. And so popular, they brought it to us. I think it weighs approximately 36 tons.
Yeah, there's not something you see every day.
Now, can you imagine seeing this coming down in the M1 or A1? But it did.
Do you know how long it took to? Do you know how long it
took about 2 weeks, I think.
to move out to London?
No, to move. No, I thought you meant to actually.
No.
No, I don't know. Several days, I would have thought. I don't know. We haven't been given that information.
How old?
Sorry.
How old is it?
I think it was done about 2007. We have got a book in there that gives you more details if you'd like to have a look. We came early so we could look at the book, but everybody had come early as well.
Oh, how long?
So,
You're just a follow. Are you just a volunteer?
No, I work here. I just work here 1 day a week. I've been on tickets today, checking tickets in. And so we come up here in the afternoon, a couple of people, to do this when it's open.
So I assume they've sent us from it as well.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, you have to be careful, but you can't be exposed to this for long periods of time because it's not good for your health.
Oh, fine. Lovely.
wouldn't
Well,
have
that's
been
all. I'm talking
Yeah.
like long periods of time. People are saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, you shouldn't work in there." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a half an hour a week." We're
Yeah.
talking about like people that get asbestosis that work in somewhere for 30 years, breathing it in 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not short. You've just got to be careful if you touch it, or when you've touched your things, your shoes. That's why we let you sanitize. Go wash your hands before you eat or anything, because it,
Poison.
yeah, it's toxic. Yeah, so it can make you feel a bit. We've never had a problem with anybody, but we just warn people it's a health and safety thing.
Imagine it being a nightmare whenever you bring your young.
Yeah, the young children. Yeah, because the thing is, if it's touched as well, it's delicate now. So, you know.
Because it's shiny and pretty, children will probably want to lick it.
Yeah, there's that. Nobody's ever tried that actually. To be truthful.
Not advisable.
No, I
See
mean,
the bath?
No.
You go down over the bath there.
is there anything when this was moved out of London that wasn't able to be taken? Hence, why for some reason he included a bathtub.
No, he just did it like this. It was just emptied, a bedsit that was emptied and sealed up. But the floor, you see, obviously it ruined the floor, and there was crystals on the floor, but
Yeah.
we couldn't have people walking on crystals. So
Fair enough.
I presume they took the crystals off before it was first exhibited, but
Why did they?
I'm not sure.
Why is the floor all lumpy and patches of
Well,
blue?
it's had copper sulphate in it at very high heat, so that would have warped all the floor and damaged it.
Oh, so the shape. So they kept the shape of what the crystals did to the floor as well.
Yes,
Fair enough.
except of course there would have been crystals on the floor and now there aren't. It's a lovely colour, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. You don't know anything about why oxidated copper does this crystallized forming, do you?
I'm afraid I don't.
No. Worth a ask.
Like I say, we have got some more information. I'll let you have a look before you leave.
Okay.
And there is actually a video on YouTube about it. If you just Google it. Oh, there's one online.
Where will this? What will happen? Where will this place? Or let's just go to another exhibit. What will happen when the date runs out?
So I think it's staying as far as I know.
Oh, so when the date expires, that's probably when it may disappear by then.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
It might have all disappeared before then.
Ow! What? Oh, right. Still. All right. I'm still here. Yeah. Sorry, it's just been a long day. Right then, where am I? Okay. Here we are. Number 121. Is that it? Boo boo boo. Family man. Ah yes, Barbara Hepworth. So here we have her work as mentioned. Based on my readings, Barbara always wanted to have her work to be seen within the open-air surroundings, which led to becoming a key lifetime passion. Quote from the artist seconds my research by saying about her work should be allowed to breathe outdoors. Perhaps by saying that, and saying to be inspired by the landscapes as well, has led to design choices of the 9 towering arts scattered before us. They appear like a unique assortment of rocks balancing on top of one another. In addition, each column has unique pattern with hollow openings being visible on each one somewhere, which could connect to allowing the art to breathe. With the completion of the family of men, Barbara was able to achieve one of her most deepest dreams of creating a set of 9 figures for a hillside. I noticed with the info searched up and the name, plus with the style presented, the art may also represent the era Barbara grew up in, living in a time when males dominated the current British sculpture field and modernism. Although all different, they're all related by material and in some way design like family, the other half that inspired the outcome we see. Maybe like life, she wanted art to have a family as well. I've seen many Buddhas online, but I don't think you'll ever find many like this one. Oh, it's also just called Buddha as well, by Nikki the Saint Fowley. Looking around it, the Buddha has a very different approach to traditional and common ones. This one seems to have an open back, maybe as a seat for one to feel the energy of the artist, while the outer appearance is fitted with glass, tiles, and stone in random patterns and colours. On the front appears to have 5 eyes, one at the top, 3 of them slowly peering down towards her waist, and the last one is an assumption as I can't quite see behind her legs. Before walking around, I thought I saw something that possibly resembled an eye socket. As suggested by my relatives, the eyes could be connected to the 7 energy centers, otherwise known as chakras, that reside within the human body, according to how the stories go. Alright, time for the second main attraction of my blog. Hey, this guy has a really great first name. Oh, right, I'm getting distracted. So here we have the collection, Relics in the Landscape, by Daniel Arsham. Now, my initial first impression is that these appear as iconic figures of our time, while others resemble the works as seen from ancient Greece, I believe. Just a guess. The first one close to me resembles a figure, as just mentioned, that appears to be intentionally designed to include pieces missing, just like with the others here. Upon closer inspection, everything down to the foundation has been redesigned to appear as the art has stood here for hundreds of years, and evident by loss of detail and made to appear dirty and losing colour due to the passing of time. Reading a little into the info, Daniel creates his pieces inspired by classic designs from the past and present. The appearance which we see from his inspiration is his own take on how the products, art, etc. we make today might become in the future. The art is made from bronze and then allowed to oxidize over time. The decision comes from trying to match his visions and preventing the bronze from tarnishing, which can cause bronze to go red, blue, and black. On this note, my theory for why not just using copper may also be due to learning bronze is naturally more stronger than its cousin, even though bronze is made with copper metal in it though. Giving it some thought, the art like we see around me could also be used to tell a story of a long time ago. For example, the Greek lady can open ideas into how art has evolved and changed over the course of their era, and who made it, and was the sculpture made as a gift for a beautiful lady, or for prayer and worship? What could she use the items for that are present in her hands? Right then, let's move away from this one to look at another. On my way into this area, wait, is that a bike floating on water? It might be the bike of the future left behind, but I'm not sure how that fits in with present day tech though. Anyway, I noticed 4 other installations on my way in created from Daniel. We have a Pikachu, a spaceman hiding behind an annoying tree, Bugs Bunny, and a lonely hen which we're going to take a look at. Now, apart from stating the obvious, its appearance looks as if the head had fallen off a mighty statue, and the impact has severely damaged her frontal left. At first I thought I saw what looked like the head from Lady Liberty from the US. Then, after reconsidering and reading into the tour guides, the artwork along with the other Greek again, statues were inspired and referenced by the collection within the Louvre Museum in Paris. Better not touch though, she's probably got her eye on me. Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! Sorry, I just couldn't resist.